Tribulation. That should be the title. Is that where we are? People waiting on it. You understand what I'm saying?
And ever since Israel got destroyed, well, the Jerusalem got destroyed, in the worldwide disbursement of the Hebrews among all the nations as free market slaves, if you will.
That's right.
Ain't nothing like that ever been heard of since it started. And after the Lord stopped this thing, you ain't gonna never hear about nothing like this again that happened to us.
In fact, he even confirms it, because when we move back to the land, he said, you'll never be removed out of this land. It's gonna be paradise. They will tell you now there was never such a thing that took place as the transatlantic slave trade. Never happened in history. So what the Messiah was saying, when he said great tribulation, man, it's never been anything like it, or never will be anything like it again. We talking a time from, according to Luke, we talking a time from the fall, from Titus, until the fall of the Euro-Gentile kingdoms. Now how you like that? And people waiting for it. So what verse was that you stopped at, my brother?
That was the end of verse 24.
Now go ahead and read now, because he said verse 24 ended with what? What did verse 24?
That ended with until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
Now after the time of the Gentiles come to a full, or has been fulfilled, because fulfilled in this verse doesn't necessarily mean to be completed, but it really carries the meaning of coming to a full. Like what he said about the inhabitants of the Canaanites. He told Abraham, their iniquity have not yet come to a full. They have to come to where there's no more of a remnant. And it's getting there now.
Right.
But notice this now, verse 25.
And there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations, with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring.
Now, he didn't say the sun going to turn dark and the moon going to not give its light. He just says going to be signs in the sun and moon, right? Well, he's talking about the same thing. After he see Israel in this captivity until the time of the Gentiles come full, now he's seeing the signs in the sun and the moon. Go ahead and continue.
Men's hearts failing them for fear.
Yes, sir.
And for looking after those things which are coming on the earth.
Yes, sir.
For the powers of heaven shall be shaken. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh.
That's after the Euro-Gentile kingdoms fall. Then they seen the Son of Man coming. And he said, lift up your head. Why? Because your redemption draweth nigh. What did he call this? He said, Luke said it shall be the days of vengeance, right? After the days, I just want to run it down again. Let's all turn now to Matthew 24. For then shall be the days of vengeance and wrath upon this people. They shall fall by the edge of the sword and be led away captive into all nations until the times of the Gentiles come to a full. Then you shall see sign in the sun and the moon. Men heart failing them for the things that's happened upon the earth. And then they shall see the coming of the Son of Man with power and great glory. Now, how Luke Matthew run it down now?
So we ain't got no problem with the Messiah coming after the Great Tribulation.
We ain't got no problem about that.
Ain't no problem.
And we definitely know if he ain't came by now, he ain't coming before the Great Tribulation.
That's right.
So let's go ahead and read this verse 21. We're going to skip to 29. After you read verse 21, skip to verse 29.
For then shall be great tribulation.
When? After you see the abomination of desolation.
Stand in Jerusalem.
Sin in Jerusalem. And that brought about what? The captivity of Israel. When you see this abomination, for then shall begin great tribulation. Go ahead and read.
Such as was not since the beginning of the world, to this time, no, nor ever shall be. 29. Immediately after the tribulation. Now, notice how he didn't call it great tribulation anymore, but immediately, because it just means trouble.
It just
great
means
trouble.
times of trouble.
So, but immediately after the trouble.
Yes, sir. Oh, what did Luke say about it?
Or the distress or the vengeance.
Distress
days
or
of
vengeance. Right.
Those days shall the sun be darkened.
Oh, you shall see sign in the sun and the moon, like Luke said.
And the moon shall not give her light.
Go ahead.
And the stars shall fall from heaven. And the powers of the heavens shall be shaken.
And we get into that, what that means too. We're not dealing with that today.
And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn. And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet. And they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other.
But you know what Luke said? Lift up your head, for your redemption draweth nigh. But Matthew's just breaking down the gathering. He didn't say lift up your head. He said, now you're being gathered. We're talking about the same thing.
That's right.
This great tribulation also entails the captivity of the nation of Israel. Because Luke said it.
That's right.
Now, let's go to the prophet. You mean to tell me the great tribulation and the captivity is one and the same? Well, what confirmed this for us? Well, the prophets confirmed, right? Let's go to Deuteronomy, the 4th chapter. Deuteronomy chapter 4. And we will begin reading at verse 26. Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 26.
I call heaven and earth to witness against you this day, that ye shall soon utterly perish from off the land whereunto ye go over Jordan to possess it. You shall not prolong your days upon it, but shall utterly be destroyed.
You shall perish from off the land of that's over this Jordan, and you shall not prolong your days. You shall surely perish. Who are you talking to?
He's talking to Israel, coming out of captivity.
Coming out of the Egyptian captivity.
They ain't even got the land yet. He's telling them, y'all gonna mess it up.
Ain't even moved in it yet, let you know you're gonna lose it. Go ahead and read.
And the Lord shall scatter you among the nations, and ye shall be left few in number among the heathen, minorities.
Yes, sir.
Whither the Lord shall lead you, and there ye shall serve gods, the work of men's hands, wood and stone, which neither see nor hear nor eat nor smell. But if from thence
what? Your captivity.
Thou shalt seek the Lord thy God, thou shalt find him. If thou seek him with all thy heart and with all thy soul. And that's what's going to cause you to look up, because you're going to understand your redemption.
That's right.
When thou art in tribulation, and all these things are come upon thee, even in the latter days.
Wait a minute. When you where?
In tribulation.
Isn't that what Jesus said coming upon you?
Tribulation. He called it great trouble.
He called it great trouble. And what Moses calling the tribulation in the latter days? When you are scattered through among the nations. Isn't that what he said in verse 27?
And you sitting there serving them and their gods, and you start to wake up.
And the Lord shall scatter you among the nations, and you shall be left few in number. But if you repent and come back unto him.
When thou art in tribulation, and all these things are come upon thee, even in the latter days.
Yes, sir.
If thou turn to the Lord thy God, and shalt be obedient unto his voice, for the Lord thy God is a merciful God. He will not forsake thee, neither destroy thee, nor forget the covenant of thy fathers, which he sware unto them.
And he always got to remind us that he ain't going to forget it, because they forgot it today. The children of Israel, the children of captivity, don't know nothing about the covenant. They don't even know nothing about the God of Israel. But Moses had to let us know in these writings that he was going to be short of, that we're going to have in the latter days. That no, he ain't forgot about the land. They can talk about going all off to heaven if they want to. But he haven't forgot about the land or the covenants. People want to all of a sudden drag everybody off to heaven when he promised Abraham some land. And Abraham never even got it all, right?
Right.
What about his part in it? He want to trot and relax upon the land too.
The prophets write and say Abraham gonna see all his children.
They're gonna see all the children. When's be these? But when is the tribulation taking place? Titus started it.
That's right. With the fall of Jerusalem,
With the fall
great
of our
tribulation
kingdom.
started.
We never had a kingdom since that day. Then our tribulation started. And he's telling us, repent. When you are in tribulation in the latter days. Look what he said in Leviticus 26.
And the trouble of Israel is going to correlate with the rest of the nations. Their troubles are multiplying as Israel is dispersed in the nations also. Right. So it is a worldwide event, but he's telling Israel, this is when the temple going to be destroyed, and this is going to be the things y'all going to start to see to let y'all know that the end of the world is coming.
That's right.
So we in great tribulation, y'all.
And the Euro-Gentile kingdom is coming to a full. Coming right back to a full. All you got to look at as their morality disintegrates. In one sense, it's despicable that they legalizing homosexuality, marriage. They want to be married. Like Brother Timothy put, married. Now you don't believe in the Bible. You don't believe in God, right? You really can't, because he speak against it. Now why would you want to have holy matrimony, which comes from the Creator?